Guys, Liz Trix is retired. I don't even know if she's in here. Probably not. She's probably partying somewhere on the dark side of town, but she is retired, and that's a big deal. Hey, mods. Hey, Case Face. It's a big deal. No, Seamus. Ricky and Drake. Hey, Diana H. Lydia Krause. Huxley, can you let him outside? Well, I think he wants out. That's what it sounds like to me. I don't want him in here. Well, I don't know what he wants, but I don't want him in here because then he's just going to cry like a little girl. Lydia's mom is also home. And that's a really big, oops, I forgot to turn this off. That's a really big deal, guys. Her mom got to come home. So the prayers worked. Thank you for that. Yeah, she's back from the hospital, and that's amazing. I really care about your mom. I'm so glad I got to actually meet her on the Zoom. Same with Stella's dad. Hey, Squirrel Girl, Tammy in New York, DS Kitty Diane, Kat made it, Mimi, Trace, hi, Punky, Huckleberry Heather. Hey, Rhonda. Nope, no lipstick on the teeth. Panda, hey, babe. Hey, Lilac Lime. There she is. Free at last. That is amazing. Congratulations to Liz Trix. I'm serious. It's a really big deal, and I'm excited. I get to see her soon. I love Liz Trix. Hey, West Coast Fancy Nancy. Buffy made it. Riley's Human. Look how you guys are amazing. Look at you all congratulating her. Hey, Renee B. Panda, I love you, babe. Hey, Ewa. Lisa Renfro. We have so many Lisas. We have another Lisa, don't we, that's not doing well? I know Lil Redneck wasn't feeling well, but didn't we have a Lisa that was, I think we have a Lisa. Yes. She left a comment this morning on one of my streams that she wasn't feeling well. I was thinking about her. Hey, Kim Leaf. Thank you, Mimi. Hey, Marsha. Allie. Hey, Yawn. Caroline in Canada. Didn't you get injured the other day too? I feel like you said something. Oh no, you pooped your pants. That's right. I hope that's all better for you now. I remember you said that. Hey, I Rule, Wisconsin Barb, Moonlight View, Armine, love you, babe. Hey, HBH, Rachel Sandy. Hey, Jeannie Hansen, Maisie Shiloh, Bohemian, Luciferian Witch, happy birthday. I love that for you, babe. Happy birthday to you. I love that you're here. Hey, Donna Cooper, Anita Card, Marie Marion. Okay, I just caught up. Megan Roberts is here. That's okay, Case Face. Guys, I've been gone all day. Hey, Crafty Carrie, I've been literally at Southern Goods, the store, for probably the last 5 hours. They told me to bring in more stuff. They were like, do you have more stuff? And I said, you have no idea how much stuff I have. And they were like, we need dresses. Hey, Jennifer Ogle. So I brought in 30 more dresses today. I brought in so much stuff. And it was so exciting. When I got there this morning after they opened, and she said, we already sold 3 of your items today. She was like, your stuff is selling like crazy. And I was like, no way. It's really exciting. I'm really excited about this. I don't even care if I make money. Like I said, hey, Ghostwriter, Cheap Chick, Jen Finberg. Hey, Denise LaFond. Finally to put down my 18-year-old min pin today. Very sad day. That's really sad, Denise, and I'm so sorry. I mean, I will say this, and this is not lessening it, but when someone says like my 97-year-old grandmother died, I have to say congratulations to them that they made it that long. I mean, I know a min pin is small, but an 18-year-old dog, that's pretty amazing. I'm just saying for you, it's amazing that you got to be with him or her for that long. I hope for that with Gert, but at the same time, I don't. It's like me. I don't want to live super long if I'm going to have health problems and not do well. But if he or she was in good shape, then I'm happy for you. Either way, it's horrible. And I'm so sorry that you lost your dog. Hey, Jen O. Hey, Barbara Waite. Moali. Mopman, I get it. I'm really excited about it, though. It does feel good I see. Gorgeous too. It does feel good just to hey Cindy, Kim is blue, just to get rid of stuff. Like I said, I don't even care. All I want it to be is a wash. I just don't want to owe money. Like I don't want to sell my stuff and pay to sell my stuff, if that makes sense. But it just feels so good to get the stuff out of my house. And also, don't you guys feel good when you give, like, if you give something of yours to somebody else, or like I've done that with my sister a dozen times where I'm like, do you want this? Will you wear this? She's like, oh my God, yes. Doesn't it make you feel good when somebody else is like excited about something that you didn't care about anymore? That may just be a me thing, but there's something in that that like makes me feel really good when someone's like, "Oh my God, you're not going to wear that? Oh, I would totally wear that." Like they get all excited about it. I'm like, that makes me feel good. Why do I have a zit? Oh, because my period's coming. Hey Meredith Lynn. I know it's a lot, Buffy. It's a lot. Hey Mama Bear. Punky. Punky, what are your thoughts about it though? What are you feeling? What kind of thoughts do you have? Did you know that you were tiny? Of course you did. Did you know that you were gorgeous? Did you see that short? Hey, Monica. Maisie. Did you guys see? Okay, the Iwa. Did you see that short that I put up of Bo? So I took my mom with me to that store today because she helped me load a bunch of stuff. And she doesn't watch my channel, but it was so cute. And I was reading the comments before when I was picking her up. I was sitting up at her house and she climbed into the car and I said, look at how cute this is. And I showed her the video and she gave me the weirdest look on her face. And she went, is that like a voice filter that you use? And I said, no, that's my voice. And she was like, you're kidding. And I said, Mom. And she goes, you always did have funny voices for your animals. And I said, yeah, that's Bo's voice, where he says, and my mom's my only friend. Yeah, that's my voice. I love giving my stuff to people and love seeing them wear or use it. I agree. I totally agree with that. Thanks, Kat. I love, love, love gifting things to people that was mine that I don't want anymore. I just love it when people's faces light up and they're like, I would totally use that. I'm like, please take it. Take it. Yeah, same eye roll. I think, hey, Holly, I think most of us here in this community feel that way about animals. Everybody feels that way here, that our animals are our kids. Monica, hey, Pat Jonas, hey, Annette Faber. Maisie, you're cute. Where is Debbie Zito? I'm going to wait and see if she comes in. I came home to the nicest. Before we get into it, maybe I should just. Dang, though. I wonder if she's busy with family today. Me too, Liz. Me too. So I just want to say, like, today was a good day, but I do want to talk about some things. But today was such a nice day. And I love those ladies at Southern Goods. And I appreciate, hey, B Rose. Hey, Linda. I really appreciate you guys supporting them over this last year. It's so nice of you. I plan to do a stream there again soon just because I'm there all the time now. But they've become kind of family, and they have that church service, and they're going to take. They may end up, it's tomorrow, so they may end up just taking Huxley, but he's going to go. I just don't know if I'm going to be able to go. Happy Good Friday. I'll just popped in to see the hottie. Love you too, Bunny. That's so sweet. Hey, Hux. Yeah. Come here. Bring your thing. So I just got home a little bit ago. And I nearly broke down into tears, and I don't think I'm gonna try not to do that here. I mean, do you ever just know people like yourselves that are so incredibly kind and over the top, like loving and motherly and just like caring and considerate? And it's just like they're over the top. Like you wish you could be like that, but you don't, it doesn't even cross your mind to be like that. That's a lot of you. That's most of you. That's definitely Debbie Zito. So I just got home and there was a package that was to be mailed to me. And I know I just flashed my address, and the haters flash it all the time, so I don't care at all. But there was a package that was sent to me, and I did not expect this. And Debbie, Good Friday indeed. I love you, Shelly Kelly. Thank you. And you don't have to be a member, but thank you for being a member. Debbie Zito sent an Easter basket to me and Huxley, and she sent gifts for the animals. Debbie Zito sent me an Easter basket. Hi, son.
Hey.
She sent one to Huxley. Yeah, I mean, if you have time, Huxley. Where's my hair clip?
I have something cooking. So
Love you, Susan P. Thank you, babe.
Hey, y'all.
Huxley, Debbie. Oh, hey, Tommy said you need to check your texts.
Oh,
Thank you, B. Rose.
I think I accidentally deleted some apps. I'll have to check. I think WhatsApp might have been deleted.
Well, that's how you talk to Tommy, so you need to undelete it.
There's an update on my phone that deleted a bunch of apps.
Oh, okay. Everyone's saying hi to you. Do you want to come sit down for a minute?
Sure. I have something cooking, so I can't be here.
Well, can you be here for like a minute?
Yeah.
So I just want to acknowledge and say thank you to Debbie Zito. Again, she sent. Everybody's saying hi.
Hey, everybody.
Bo, it's just your brother, and you live with him.
It's okay.
You live with you guys. We all live together, so it's not like a new person in the house, Bo.
Hey,
So-
everybody.
Debbie sent you some things,
Yeah, she did.
and I just wanted to say thank you. Like, there's bracelets in here. There's candy. I didn't even look through it all. Oh, I love this. When you go through deep waters, I will be with you. Debbie Zito is the most like gifty. She's such a mom, and she is a mom. She's also a teacher. She sent me gummy bears. She sent this for Lila. She sent Lambie. She sent these for the cats. Bo is thinking, what did I get in there? She sent this for Bobo Jangies. We know that you're excited about it. She sent more gummy bear. When you guys send treats to the animals, this is what it looks like when we unbox them, just so you know. This is what it looks like. He's like, what's in there? And she sent stuff for Huxley. What did she send you?
I got a lot of things.
We see you, Bojangles, and you got something nice too for Easter.
She gave me I got some chapstick. And I got two packs of gum.
I love Debbie Zito so much.
Thank you so
Debbie
much.
isn't. You guys have done this before.
Yeah, thank you so
Tiffany
much.
has done this before. Like, people send us stuff, and this is just. I got a little emotional about this. I didn't even get I don't get Easter baskets typically.
And then
Got one last year from Jim.
And I got something in a little pouch, and it was a coin. You might put that up to the camera.
A coin? May God give you for every storm a rainbow, for every test a smile, for every care a promise, and a blessing in each trial, for every problems life sends, a faithful friend to share, for every sigh a sweet song, and an answer for each prayer. That's an Irish prayer.
Beautiful.
I love Debbie. Debbie is so kind.
Yeah, thank you, Debbie. If you're watching, I don't know if she's.
I always feel really guilty about this because I don't do this for people, and it makes me feel bad. But I mean, it makes me feel bad every time you guys super chat me or do something nice or gift me something. It makes me feel guilty. So Debbie, thank you. Thank you. I really, really appreciate it. Hey, Rain.
Yeah, thank you for it. And then I got she sent me that.
God has more in store for you than you could ever imagine. That is so nice, Debbie. She even gave you like a $5 bill.
Yeah, she gave me these little eggs. I didn't know were in them, and they were the little fives in them. It's nice.
Debbie is so cute. I love her so much.
For 4 of them. So, thank
She
you.
did?
Uh-huh. I got a lot. Thank you.
You got cash?
Mhm.
I just got diabetes. That's okay. I'd much rather have that. Just kidding, Deb. Just kidding. I don't even want to show these because this is Tommy's favorite candy, and you can't buy these in Ecuador. You can't get it there. And every time I go to Ecuador, I bring him a bunch. Joanne, Holly, love you, babe. Hey, MJ. Hey, Eric. That is so kind. Debbie, thank you. I know
Thank
you're
you so
cooking.
much.
Oh, sorry, babe. I didn't know you were still in here. I didn't mean to show these to you.
Tommy thought I was getting a haircut. Well, I should have. I need to, I guess.
Well, if you want to, I like
I
it.
will. I will soon. I want to keep growing it out a little bit.
Hey, Nicole
Even if it's a little
Hazelmiller.
ugly, but I'll. Keep
I like it. All right. Well, I know you're cooking.
Sorry about that, Tommy. I didn't. I don't know if that happened on your phone, but like deleted some apps.
He called you a hippie.
Yeah, I guess I look like a piece of broccoli too.
I call it broccoli hair.
Yeah.
Sorry, Reese. No cash for you. And Hux doesn't like candy, so cash it is. That's true. That's a good point. That's true. No, I don't need.
I like candy too.
I don't need cash. I like candy. It needs to be shaped, not cut.
My mom brought home some Dubai little chocolate pieces yesterday. Like half the bag was gone already. So.
Well, we got them from Nini. That was the first time I tasted that yesterday, were those Dubai chocolates. Wasn't for me. Didn't like it. But Huxley mowed through the entire bag that my mom gave us.
Yeah.
How many of those did you eat? Like 10?
Maybe like 7, 6.
It was a lot. It's okay because I didn't like it.
6 or 7.
Or
like 8.
Hey, Pepperoni Nips. Thank you, MJ. Everybody's saying they like your hair.
Thank you, everybody. Sorry.
You have a cute face too, Huxley. Hey, Martin. The baby picture hair came back.
Oh yeah, it did.
You look like
I've seen
Robert
that.
Plant.
Thank you, everybody. Sorry, I'm not.
I can
Her
grow
names,
that
like,
much
blend
hair.
in with the.
Holly, unfortunately, it comes out of my ears and my back. Tommy's back is really bushy, and I call it his wings, and I like it. Did you know that? Tommy has like really bushy back hair.
I didn't know that.
I guess you wouldn't know that.
No, probably not.
We look a lot alike, Jen. Oh, we do look a lot alike. Huxley, when I was
I can't
little,
grow hair on my back for anything.
I looked like that when I was little. All right. Well, I don't want your food to burn. What are you cooking?
Eggs.
Oh. Well, Hux, you might want to go check on that. I thought you were cooking
already
chicken.
Nah, I already ate chicken today.
Did you turn it off?
Uh-huh.
Oh, it's off. Okay.
Oh yeah, no, I already. Well, it turns off automatically.
Oh, you set the timer on it. Never mind. I
already flipped it, so it's fine.
Lifeboat. Tommy said, "Love you."
Love you, Tommy. I'm
Hey,
sorry
Puka
I'll
Vista.
text you right when I get off here. I'll get it back.
Yeah, babe.
And same with everybody else. I love you all. Thank you very much, Debbie.
Tell everybody Happy Easter.
I was gonna say Happy Easter.
Hey,
very
Slot
blessed-
Puppy.
Very blessed to have you all. So.
What'd you say? Oh, ow. Oh, that's horribly embarrassing. Haters, did you get it? Damn it.
Make sure to clip it, guys. Haters, make sure to clip it. That's all.
That's my
No,
kid
no.
right
I
there.
don't have time to do
Wait.
anything else.
Say what you just said because it was really sweet.
Oh, I was saying we're very blessed to have each and every one of you. So
That was really sweet,
Thank you.
Hux.
I love you all. So I hope you guys have a good Easter.
He means that, you know. Make sure to clip it. Hey,
Yeah.
Katie Fulton.
They don't got time for anything else. So. They got all the time in the world.
Did you hear what he just said? They don't got time for anything else. Huxley is all over it with the haters.
All right. I'll see y'all later.
He'll get you with those zinger one-liners. I kind of like that about him. I kind of like it. Huxley is difficult to make laugh, but he makes me laugh. Like he's dry as shit with his humor, and I love it. Thank you, MJ. I kind of like that about him. His dad's like, whoa. His dad is like that too a little bit, but Huxley is fairly dry, and it's hard for me to make him laugh, which is saying a lot. Like I can make most people laugh. Love you too, Pat Jonas. Thank you, Cheap Chick. And I love how he makes me laugh like that. How tall is he? Somebody asked him that the other day, Martin. I think so. The last time he went to the doctor, I think he was 5'8". I would guess he's 5'10" now because that was at the beginning of the summer school. That was the beginning of the school year. When was that? And where are we now? It's April. That was in August. So yeah. You make him laugh. Hey, Haggis, I have trouble making him laugh. I really do. It's not easy for me. I mean, I can get him to chuckle. He'll do that little chuckle, but like Huxley's not giggly. He's not, you can't get him to laugh. True. Tommy called him a couple weeks ago. He calls him early in the morning before school. I'm not up then. He calls him at like 6 o'clock in the morning. And I guess Huxley answered the other morning and Tommy said, "What'd you say to him?" "You said, 'Front desk, this is your wake up call.'" And he, I guess, like busted out laughing. I was like, "What? That's not even that funny. Why did he laugh at that?" How tall is Tommy and how tall am I? Tommy is 6'2", and I am almost 5'5". I'm like 5'4.5". Yeah, he's 6'2". Tommy never looks that tall to me. And then I look at a picture of us together and he's like towering over me. It's weird. So I had a really good time today. That was nice of you guys. And Debbie, thank you. Babe, did you see that from Debbie? I didn't even tell you about it because I just got home. It was so nice of her. Debbie, thank you so much. You are everybody's mom. And I feel very lucky to be your friend. So thank you. That was, again, I'm sorry I didn't send you anything. Every time you guys give me something, it makes me feel like, why didn't I give you something? I always feel that way. It makes me uncomfortable. But Debbie, thank you. And I mean it. I love you. There was something that happened today that I wanted to talk about. There's one thing I know, but give me a second to think about it. I know what it is. Okay. Thanks, Holly. Hey, Lacey Silver. Figures all the short girls get the tall guys. Tommy doesn't like short girls. Like, had I been any shorter and he wouldn't have been into me. He does not like short girls. He doesn't like super tall girls, but he doesn't like girls that are like 5'3" or below. Debbie has incredible tasting t-shirts as well. Are you talking about the t-shirt she sent you? Thank you, Barbara Waite. Reese, you give us this channel. That's a lot. The little Gertie got knocked to the floor. Oh, I see it. That was my hair clip that did that. I smacked it onto this. You don't owe me anything. God blesses me to be a blessing to you. Allie, that's so nice. And, oh, did you see this? Debbie, I feel honored to be your virtual mom. Well, that's why that was also so special to me. When I got that out of my mailbox, I was like, that's crazy that I got that from Debbie. And Debbie and Liz Tricks are really close. And then Liz Tricks retired today and it's Good Friday. And I was like, wow. Good Lord, Reese, if you had to give everyone who gives you something, you'd have to sell your kidneys, your eyes, etc. You give us your time. Thank you, Jan. That's a nice thing to say. I just don't feel like I give you enough. Hey, Reflections. Reese, you are so darn beautiful. Seriously, and your son is just simply adorable. Okay, where did Punky go? She's sitting next to me. Thank you, Slot Puppy. That is so nice. That was the first time you probably saw him. Huxley was on a show like a week and a half ago, but you might not have been here. Tommy is a very good looking man. He's super good looking. I sent him this picture that popped up. This is from a memory. Where is it? Here it is. I sent Tommy this it was a couple of years ago when he was here with me. Look at how cute. I love this picture of us. I love that picture. And I love him in a baseball tee. Yes, it is, Liz. And I just sent that to him and I said, you're so cute. It kind of pisses me off. And he said, you're cuter. And I said, no, you are. And then it just got ridiculous. I know he has a deep voice, Barbara Waite. I love how you've become my daily dose of laughter and cries. That is such a nice thing to say. That really means a lot to me. Thank you. You make me laugh every day. That is priceless. I love you, Debbie. You just do a lot for us. Guys, Debbie makes all of my shorts too, except for the animal ones. Those are me. But Debbie makes all of that stuff and puts it up every day. She's really, really a good friend and she's super helpful. I love you. I love you, Debbie. You make such a cute couple. Thank you, Rain. Look at his gorgeous eyes. Yeah, Tommy has beautiful eyes. You don't get to see him very often because they're beady little weasel eyes. But when he pops his eyes open, he has gorgeous eyes. I have a weird question. DNV, I have a weird question. Now, tomorrow we're going to do a God stream. Okay. So I'm going to save that for tomorrow, but I do have a strange question because today is Good Friday. And I have felt, so I would say this is the first Good Friday and year 2026 for sure is the first year where I am like full in as far as believing in God. I don't know everything yet, and I haven't read the Bible, but I felt sadness today on top of it being a good day, like opening Debbie's gift. I woke up this morning and immediately thought of Liz Tricks and then Lydia Krause's mom getting out of the hospital. Those are amazing things, even going and just hanging out with my friends today. I had so much fun with Christy and Ellie. Those are the owners of Southern Goods. And it made me feel good because you probably don't know, it's not even really worth saying, but I picked out some specific items that Christy, Ellie, and then her husband, Christy's husband, Ellie's dad. I picked out some things that I thought for sure that they would like out of my closet that I specifically didn't want to sell. I wanted to give to them. And it was like they love free people. I love free people. So I had some free people stuff. I gave her some dresses and pants, and I gave Ellie a top. And then I found out that their dad, the husband, collects t-shirts from a place I collect t-shirts in Nashville called I'm a Jean and Willie. I also have their jeans. They're amazing. They're just ridiculously expensive, but they're top quality stuff. And I have Chihuahua legs. So if I buy their jeans, they hem them for me and like custom fit them. So I found out that he loves their t-shirts and they're unisex. And I have probably at least 5 of them. I probably have more than that. And I went through my closet this morning and found one that I thought he would like that would fit him. And I gave it to him. And all of those things just felt really good today. Like she was over the moon about the stuff I gave her. She was like, let me pay you. And I was like, are you nuts? Like, you have given my whole audience a discount for shopping here. They give you guys 30% off. They give me 30% off too. And I said, you're letting me sell stuff in your store. And she was like, no, I want to pay you. And I was like, I will not take money from you. So like, don't do it. And they invited Huxley and I to the Easter service at their church tomorrow. I just really, really feel like I need that connection and then combine it with this channel. It's just amazing. And it feels so good to interact with people, I guess is what I'm saying. Hey, Judy, to interact with people face to face has been really nice for me lately. I need that. But I have to ask you something, even though we're doing the God stream. Hey, Jason, tomorrow, I have a question about Good Friday because it's sad. I have felt like a sadness today as well. Hey, Heavenly Heather Lane. So she says it right here. Okay, Heavenly Heather Lane, happy Good Friday. Are you supposed to say happy Good Friday? It's like, I feel like that about like Memorial Day or Veterans Day, like saying happy Memorial Day. Like it makes me feel sometimes like guilty about it. And same with veterans, right? Like some of them died for our country. My husband was a veteran who passed away. Yeah, the suffering makes me sad. So do you guys as people who would know, not me, because I was a Scientologist, would you say happy Good Friday? Is that appropriate? And I'm not trying to put Heather on the spot, but is that the right thing to do? Do you address it that way? Is it happy? And I just have felt kind of sad all day. More happy Easter, blessed Good Friday. Like Tommy told me today that some people, like for some who celebrate this, I didn't realize you guys call it like Holy Week. Like apparently it's like a whole week of stuff. Tommy said that, hey, Elsie, that some people who celebrate, this is a bigger deal than Christmas. Like it's a big deal. And so I guess what I'm saying is like, I don't know how to feel about today. And I don't know how we're supposed to feel about today, if that makes sense. I don't know the proper etiquette. Hey, Leah, but I feel guilty about today. I feel bad. And so what is the proper etiquette for Good Friday? Because to me, this is a depressing day. Only what I know. I don't even know what you guys know, right? Like, and I'm going to try to save this all for tomorrow because I don't want to get too much into it. And I have something weird to tell you guys. It commemorates the crucifixion of Jesus. If you get the opportunity to listen to the song He's Alive by Dolly Parton, okay. Happy Good Friday as a respect to Jesus for what he did for us. He got the victory and rose from the dead. He would have still done it, Reese, even if you were the only one to believe. I've heard that. It's a somber day. God gave his only son to save us. I don't know the answer to your question. I stopped doing what I was doing at 3:00 today. My mom told me that this morning. She said, do you know he died today? And I said, yeah, I did know that. And she said at 3:00. And I said, 3:00? She said, yeah. And I said, at what time? 3:00? My 3:00? Like 3:00 East Coast? When? Maybe it's because we know what happens next. More of a giving reverence to what happened. Yeah, Debbie. Yeah, Claire, me too. Your feelings are valid. Your truth. Don't ever feel guilty. Thank you, Mama Bear. Reese, you should watch The Passion of the Christ. Rain, hey, BB, I'm just not ready. I'm not ready. Hey, Carolyn Peters. Carolyn, we're just talking about, I don't necessarily just being a new believer. I don't really know how to feel about today. Here's the thing. Is it supposed to be like a happy day? Are we supposed to be like, it's Good Friday, everybody. Like, let's celebrate. To me, it doesn't feel like that, but I don't know what I'm supposed to feel. To be fully honest, I feel mopey a little bit, but some great things came from today, right? So Debbie, hey, Spicy Idaho Queen Bee, Debbie's gift, Liz Tricks, right? She retired. That's huge. Hey, Sin. So there's things like I want to be happy about. I don't feel like I shouldn't be happy because it's Good Friday. Like, I'm happy for those people. Oh, I do have one quick question that I don't want to save for tomorrow. Can I just ask one God question, please? Because this crossed my mind this morning and I've been thinking about it all day and I don't know who to ask. This is going to sound weird, but it's the first thing I thought of when I got up this morning because I knew it was Good Friday and I knew what it represented. Does God celebrate today? Like, does Jesus? Do they both? Like, do they acknowledge what today is? Do they talk about it? Do they like reminisce? I mean, it's not a happy thing, but like, do they acknowledge it? I don't know. And obviously none of you would know because we don't know. But I just thought, like, do people rejoice in heaven? Do the angels do anything today? Do they go up and say, like, hey, we're thinking about you today? Does God say, like, today is the day that broke my heart? Hey, Kirsty Colin. Yeah, I realize none of us know. But I just wondered, like, did we wake up today and like the angels were like, hey, today's a somber day? Or do they not? I wonder, like, if they don't sell it, like, I wonder if it's almost like they don't celebrate anything. Then it leads into the question, like, do they celebrate Jesus's birthday in up where they are or where they are? I don't know if it's above us. I don't know. I just wonder that, like, does God want to forget about today? Kind of that crossed my mind too, right? Like, God, I mean, oh, Byron AB, like, if I was God, I don't know that I'd want to remember today or talk about it. It's sad. Okay. It just comes across to me as a sad day. So I don't know that that's something God would be like acknowledging. I don't know how often they communicate. It's said that there is no sadness in heaven. Yeah. And Judy says, remember, he lives. Yeah. So that's a great thing to say, Carolyn Peters. Today had to happen for us to have a relationship with God. Yeah. I just feel like so many great things have happened today, and I wanted to be happy and celebrate for Liz, and Debbie sending me that was just so, like, I was just so overjoyed and thankful. And then I just found myself being like, what am I supposed to do today? Am I supposed to feel bad about today? Like, are there things you're supposed to skip today? This is the craziest question in the world. And I know that this is going to sound really inappropriate. And when it comes to this kind of topic, I get inappropriate because I just have all these weird, curious questions. Like, is it a day where you're not supposed to are you supposed to be different today? Like, are you supposed to walk around kind of somber all day and aware of it? Like, I'm not going to ask. Never mind. I don't want to ask. I'm not going to ask. I'll ask something. I'll ask somebody privately. You're thinking as a human. Yeah. Feeling thankful. I get that. Riley's human, but Pat Jonas says, I think your lack of knowledge adds to your uncertainty and unease of feelings for sure. And that goes with hand in hand with any topic, as far as I'm concerned. If you don't know about something, you're kind of uneasy about it. You don't have to give anything up. You are doing exactly what you are meant to do. Acknowledge and remember. Google says it was a dark day, but characterized as a triumph of love over evil. I just, no, not at all, Pat. It's how you want to celebrate it. You were blessed. God wanted you to feel that. Yeah, Mop Man, I agree with that. Okay, Mary Krause. Okay, I'll stop there because I don't want to. I said we'll do this tomorrow, and I don't want to. I don't want to be disrespectful to the people who are here and don't want to talk about this. Thanks, Pat G. I am just being me. I don't really know what that means. She said, just be you. I am. I just have questions that I don't know. I don't know what's appropriate. I like that. It's a happy day, but it's also not a depressing day. It's a day of remembrance. Hey, Brock. Shelly Kelly says, today is considered a good day because it commemorates the day Jesus made the ultimate sacrifice for humanity's sins. Rejoice, he lives. That's a great way of putting it. And I know somebody just said that earlier. I mean, that's a great way of looking at it. That's a great way to spin it to the positive. Rejoice, he lives. I mean, Liz Trick said to me once, she's like, we win. The Bible says we win. So I actually agree with that, but it makes me sad about today. It makes me super sad about today. Just, I try not to think about it too much because when I watched that movie, Jesus of Nazareth, a long time ago, I could hardly stand watching the scene that's of today. It's a scene of today. And seeing his mother there, she witnessed it, and just how sad, and it makes you feel somewhat depressed about humanity because it's like nobody's gotten better. Like the way they treated him and tortured him and ridiculed him. And it does make me feel better just saying that out loud because, we all get that in life throughout our lives. We get ridiculed, laughed at, people make fun of us, people bully us. I mean, that's been happening. If that happened to Jesus, why wouldn't that happen to us, right? It's the human experience. But that scene, hey, Kim, that scene killed me. It really damaged me. And can you imagine? I haven't even read the Bible. I can't imagine what that is like for you guys. I just saw it in a quick movie scene, but I was bawling watching it. I was his mother was there and nobody helped him. And it's just, I understand now, I can kind of see the whole, I can button it all up as to why that had to happen. But it's a little depressing when you think about and fast forward to today, and it's nobody's learned a damn thing. People are awful. And I'm trying not to look at life that way, but you know what I mean? There's still people who are awful just like they were that day. People who stab you in the back, people who are two-faced, right? It's kind of sad. Yeah, Rain. It's just, it doesn't, I don't know. It's have we really progressed? That kind of thought. Hey, Don Clark, it makes me a little sad. Oh, okay. Thank you, Liz Tricks. So it's and thank you, Shelly Kelly, for your super chat. Robin Miners, I have no idea. I was just told some items sold. They don't tell me what it was. I don't know. Yeah, Pat G. Exactly. Thank you for your super chat, Shelly. And Joanne, the way I look at it, it's a celebration of death of Jesus because he died for our sins and we will celebrate the resurrection on Sunday. So that's why it also throws me, and thank you for your super chat. And you're right, but it throws me a little bit, hey, Alana, into so it's like today is sad and it's really sad. And then Sunday, it's like throws you into the opposite emotion and it's like, yay. And for me, that's a little jolting. It's like today's really depressing, but Sunday, we're all like really happy. It almost reminds me of like when I'm streaming and I'm like laughing and telling a story and someone's like, my mom just died 2 minutes ago. And then I have to be like, oh, hit the brakes. And then we go into sadness. It's like, you know how you feel almost reeled a little bit from that? It's like, whoa, I was just happy. And now it's this. So I also feel confused about that. And I hope that's not offensive to anyone to say that, by the way. I'm always okay with questions. I know you are, Nancy, and I appreciate that. If you're not okay with these kinds of questions, step out for your mental wellness, but also try to be more tolerant just of people asking questions. It's I know my questions might be ridiculous, and thank you for your super chat, Nancy. I know that to you it might sound foreign and weird, but you have to remember that, like, I don't have fun, Cheap Chick. I don't know anything about this. I know all about Scientology. Was not taught to me. Trace, what happened? And Tamber June's dog died last night in front of you. That's good and bad. I mean, it's horrible that you lost your dog, but wouldn't you have rather the dog died in front of you? Like my dog died on my chest and I was really sad about it. But when we put an animal down, they're in front of us too. I guess what I'm saying is I would rather be there with the animal than get home and the dog died. Like, I bet your dog is very thankful that you were there. And I'm so sorry, but I have to be honest, I'm glad that you were there for that because it's got to be hard on an animal to lose their life and have no one around. And I'm so sorry, Tamber June. Hey, SoCal Joy. Anyway, I know that sounds weird and I don't know how to process it, but I don't think I could handle Passion of the Christ because I just think that would be too heavy. Yeah, Karen Doll. Karen says, how else would you learn? There's just a lot of really judgmental effing people out there that are very on their high horse, you know, religiously. There are some people I've seen, the same people who walk around saying, I'm a Christian. Like, that's gross. I don't need to know that. And I don't like when you tell me that because every person I've ever met in my life that has made a point to tell me that has turned out to be an awful person. And I mean that. Truly awful, like to their core. So I don't really need to know that. It's just like something that you do. It's not really something that you say, in my opinion. I have a feeling Jesus didn't walk around going, I'm a Christian. It's like, you might as well also carry a Gucci bag because it's a status symbol. And I don't like that. Hey, Sigrid, I don't know why you feel the need to tell me. Like, that's so similar to someone being like, I'm a good person. Who the hell says that? That's like saying I'm humble. No one, you don't say that about yourself. Like, it's weird to me that people will be like, I'm a good mother. Okay. Like, you don't really need to tell other people that. If you are, you just are. It's just something you are. You don't really have to tell people that you're good. That's a huge red flag to me, to be honest. If someone says to me, I'm a good person, I'm a good mother, I'm a good friend, like, that's not really something that you need to tell me. Like, I will make that observation myself. Yeah, Tamber June. Thank you, Sin. I don't really know what that means, Alana, but it sounds horrible. It's not probably, Monica, it's probably not a great place for me to start. I saw that, Liz Tricks. Thank you. Christian means little Christ. Christians are to be imitators of Jesus Christ, which is great. But I don't need you to march around telling me that you're a Christian. Every person, and I've probably in my life met 10 maybe a little less, maybe like 7, who tell me to make a point to tell me they're a Christian and they have backstabbed the hell out of me or somebody else. I've seen it every time. Shit talked, gossiped, like they're not good people. It doesn't, it's okay if you're a shit talking, gossip, backstabbing Marilyn, right? But don't claim that you're a good person. Do you like how I just gave that a name? Are you a Marilyn? Talk to your doctor. You might need some help. No, I think that it's okay. Like, just don't give it a title. I don't like that. Like, you can be a horrible person and we'll just all call you a horrible person. We'll all see it for ourselves. But don't walk around going, I'm a good person. Like, you're not. Don't give it a title, okay? Because you're not. Just be a bad person and move on with your life. You don't have to put it out there. We'll decide. Yeah, it's just weird to be like, I'm a good friend. Okay, well, I'll make that decision. That's kind of not up to you. Again, that's like saying I'm humble. I will make that observation for myself. Thank you so much. If someone feels compelled to state such things, I've found the opposite is usually true. Me too, Katie. Me too. I'm being serious when someone says, I'm a Christian. I say, hi, I'm Patrick. Yeah, it's odd. It's odd to me. Hey, Anastasia. I just got behind. Thank you, Pat Jonas. I agree. Hey, Laura, Colorado. And I haven't even read the Bible. So I probably shouldn't even be saying that. It's just something I've observed over the years. I used to have a boss and she would march around all the time going, I'm a Christian. And she would make all of us staff get together and do a prayer circle. I was a Scientologist. And I was like, I don't pray. And she's like, well, you do today because we're Christians here. And she's like, you're the only one that's not a Christian. So you're going to participate in this too. Come to find out later, I was like, that's highly illegal. That ended up being highly illegal. It's just a weird thing to do, to like force somebody or to tell somebody I'm a Christian. It was super weird. It's just, I remember Jeff's sister did that to me. Like when we were getting ready to get divorced, she was like, I'm a Christian. And I was like, right. And she was like, and you're in a cult. She's like, you're a cult girl. And I was like, see, that's not something I would think a Christian would say. I can't think that Jesus would talk like that. Isn't that being judgmental? Like, isn't that like setting a bad example? Isn't that like most companies would fire your ass if you were representing them saying shit like that? That's like when I went to T-Mobile the other day and I was like, hi, I'm a new customer, Sister Christian. That's what I called her. I was like, okay, Sister Christian. I walked into T-Mobile and I was like, hey, I want to switch over and get T-Mobile service. We've never had T-Mobile. We'd be a new customer. And they were like, our prices are high because we don't have to compete. We're just so good that we don't need new people. I was like, oh, okay. Way to represent your company. That's cool. Yeah, I get it. Like, that's bizarre to me. You're not representing being a Christian very well if you're walking around going, I'm a Christian, and then you're judging people and making them feel less than. That's odd to me. It's just, again, be a piece of shit. No one cares. They're a dime a dozen, but don't represent. Right? Like, don't hide behind the God thing, right? Just be an asshole out on your own. Be a freelance asshole, right? Like, just be an entrepreneur asshole. Don't work for the company of being a Christian. Don't use that company and hide behind it. Just work for yourself. You just work for yourself. You're just a raging piece of shit. You're not a Christian. You're not anything. You're just another piece of shit like everybody else, right? Excuse me. That got dark. Yeah, that got dark quickly. Speaking of, and we'll do a God stream tomorrow. Feels like we might have already done it today, but we didn't. And tomorrow we're going to miss a couple people. I don't think Liz is going to be here. Abigail won't be here, but that's okay. I hope that a few of you will join me for it. I just have some more questions and thoughts. Tamber June says, take a drink, everybody. Yeah, sin. I don't think that's what God wants. And I don't know what God wants, but I just don't think you should march around claiming again, it's like that friend I had that was like, God doesn't want you to do this. God doesn't want you to do that. It's like, maybe you should just speak for yourself. Maybe you should let the big guy do what he's going to do. Like, I don't think God needs you to speak for him. I really don't. You might as well at least do what Scientologists do. If you say something like LRH says this, LRH says that, that's called verbal tech. And it's a huge violation in Scientology, actually. So if you ever become a Scientologist and someone's like, LRH says this, LRH tells us to do that, you're supposed to say, hey, that's verbal tech. I need to see it in writing. Show me the reference. You're never supposed to actually say, even though they violate it all the time, and I grew up on verbal tech, but you're supposed to pull out the reference and show it in writing, because Scientologists say exactly this. If it isn't written, it isn't true. If it isn't written, it isn't true. That's just universal. That just is across the world, not just in Scientology. If someone says something to you and you go, show me where that is in writing, and they go, oh, I don't know, I just heard it somewhere, then you can go, well, it's not true. If it is written, it isn't true. That's just the thing in Scientology. Religion is man-made. No one knows how a deity would truly behave. Jen O, good point. Speaking of Scientology, I have something I want to talk about that got weird today. It's weird. It's really weird. So, switching titles. Exactly. Rain says not everything that is written is true. I don't think it's implying that, Rain. It's not saying everything written is truth. It's saying you cannot give me verbal stuff. You have to show it to me in writing for me to see it, and it has to be true. In Scientology, you're not supposed to give verbal tech. And that's simply saying LRH says this or LRH says that. And this policy, LRH says this. You're supposed to say, show me the reference. I need to see it. It's a big deal. You actually get written up for it a lot if you do that. Like my father-in-law, Doug, and my father, Gene Wally, were the worst people who violated that all the time. They would constantly be like, Huxley, LRH, Doug would do this to Huxley all the time. Huxley, LRH says this. Huxley, LRH says that. And Brenda would be like, Doug, make sure that you're not giving him verbal data. Don't give him verbal tech. Yeah, like a 5-year-old's going to care. So speaking of Scientology, guys, something weird. Hey, Chef, how many of you, before I tell you what I found today, how many of you understand the upper levels of Scientology and like what they mean? Like the most... Oh, Jane, those are such thoughtful, deep, loving questions that I suspect none of us know the answer to. But I would venture to say God, Jesus, and the Holy Spirit love you more for asking them. What a nice thing to say. Wow. Thank you, Jane. That's very validating. Hey, old Charlie, that makes me feel all warm inside. Thank you for saying that, because I was kind of afraid to ask those questions. That question popped into my head the minute I woke up this morning, and I was like, I need an answer to that. Like, does God acknowledge today? Does Jesus? Do they look at each other and go, it's kind of a somber day. It's kind of a sad day, right? Like, I want to know that. Like, are they like, you remember a couple of thousand years ago? I don't know. Are they having a conversation about it? Are the angels walking up and like saying my condolences for today? Like, I'm sorry that happened to you. Do you feel sad? Like, I wonder. So, okay. So how many of you understand the upper levels of Scientology, meaning I'm specific to the OT levels? How many of you know about the OT levels and what they are? Have a general idea, I should say, of what they are. Even I don't know what they are. I never did them. The OT levels are the highest level you can get to in Scientology on the auditing side. And so it's where basically they sell to us that it's costs hundreds of thousands of dollars to get there. It takes years and years and years. So it's probably, at least to get to it, is probably about $500,000. And usually people go into credit card debt to get to that point. But they are strongly worshipped in Scientology. If you're OT, OT stands for operating Thetan. A Thetan in Scientology, okay, Judy, a Thetan is the exact same definition in English for you guys would be the word soul, like a being or your soul. In Scientology, of course, we have a different word for it because we have a different language in Scientology. So it's called, the soul in Scientology is the Thetan. You are a Thetan, right? So operating Thetan is where you become more and more aware, and you become, as you go up those upper levels that are very, very highly secretive. They're very, I mean, you can Google them, apparently. I know I've seen them before, so they're probably still there. But they're these like super secret, super secret, surreptitious levels in Scientology. Okay. Costs a lot of money to get there. And the people who get there are highly worshipped by Scientologists. So if you're walking around OT8, that's as high as it gets. Even if you're on your OT levels, if you're on OT3, if you're on OT4, you're given a higher regard of respect. You're also, it's where we all are aware that you have deep pockets, right? OT people on their OT levels are wealthy. It's a given. You're wealthy. Thank you, Claire, for being here. You're a bigger deal. You're a fully seasoned Scientologist. It probably takes, I mean, it depends on how long it takes, but it usually takes years and years and years to get there. So Kansas City is where my organization was, and we were always really super proud of the fact that we had a lot more OT8s than other organizations. Like Kansas City had around 20 OT8s, which is a big number. That's a lot. It's called the field. We had a lot of OT8s in the field. So it was like all the people around, the Scientologists all around Kansas City. Okay, Tammy, thank you, babe. They paid a lot of money to be lied to. Correct, Kim, but I'm just trying to explain what an OT is. So, and Kim, I sent you a message today. Hey, Christian. So, the lower echelon of Scientology, right? So the people who are lower, thank you, Chef. I understand. The people who are lower, like me, on the totem pole, we worship the OT8s, and we also have this idea because they aren't shy about their powers. And there's like magazines. Christian, I probably did. I just haven't opened it. There's Scientology magazines where OTs share their OT stories. There's like, it's a real thing. They really dangle the OT carrot to all Scientologists. They want you to get there because you have to pay a lot and it takes years. So it keeps you busy. But they give you the impression that OTs can move things with their minds. They can communicate without speaking. They can make things happen. Absolutely, Martin. Yeah. They can make things happen in the environment and the universe. Like when I used to get the OT magazines at home, I'd get them in the mail. I'd flip through all the OT stories. Like it was a big deal to me. I'd do it every time I got a magazine. I'd be like, oh my God, I have to read the OT stories. And it was always, they were sent in and it would say like Heather H or Susan P. Like it never put their last name, but it would be like, a half a page, or sometimes it was just a paragraph, but it was like someone giving a success story after they went OT. And it was always shit moving with their minds. So like most of them were these crazy stories of like, I was driving home in LA traffic when I saw two cars colliding. The car lost control and it spun and it started to flip around. And I decided right then and there, I wasn't going to let this happen in my space. So what I did was I flipped the car back around with my mind and I moved both cars in the environment away from each other so they wouldn't actually hit. Like it would say shit. Like it was very specific. So I have to move my contact. It's got something on it. It was cool, old Charlie. I was always excited to read the OT stories. And there was one, I remember one, it was like, I moved into an old house and I was so excited because I was going to renovate this old house. Did I believe him? Of course I did. Yeah, Monica. And this person was like, I bought this old house and I was so excited. And it was like 200 years old. And I buy the house and I start to renovate and I went down into the basement and there were 3 beings down there scared and lifeless. And they were not in bodies. They said they found 3 thetans, right? 3 thetans, and they were like scared and shaking and hiding in a corner. Now you can't see them; they're souls, but they were like, and I decided right then and there I was going to help these 3 beings. So I directed them to the nearest hospital and I explained to them what had happened, that they dropped their body and all that needed to happen was you had to go get a new body. So I showed them and gave them directions to the nearest hospital. And all 3 of them that moment went and picked up new bodies and they're doing great. Not kidding, guys. Not kidding. There were other stories. Oh, there was one of someone who came over to a friend's house and they were like, my friend had this cat that was dying. Like there was something really wrong with it. It had lost a ton of weight and it was super sick. And the person would write in this magazine, they'd write, I jumped into the cat's beingness. Like I jumped in and I got in communication with the cat. And I found out that the cat had a really bad toothache and it had a cracked tooth. So I identified that by scanning the cat's body. And I told my friend, you need to take it to a vet for dental work. And the cat got the dental work and the cat thanked me and it got the tooth removed and it was fine. And it lived another 10 years. Like, so on and on and on. These stories are always like stories of just shocking. No, Martin, I can't. Shocking, like earth-shattering stories of like, I saved this being. I removed these 2 cars from wrecking into each other. There was one that was like, I saw a plane and it was getting ready to come down. It had lost one of the engines. And I was on the ground in my home near my pool and I was watching the plane and I decided right then and there, this plane is going to make it to an airport. So I fueled the engine with my mind. Like it's some crazy shit. And it was, I read these stories my whole life. Like I would read them all the time. I'd get those magazines. I was like, where's the OT stories? Like they were so crazy. I believed them 100%. I was a Scientologist. I wasn't pretending to be one. I was one. I wish I could read it to you, Holly, but I don't have it. It's total nonsense. Of course we know that now. Okay. Hey, Heartmane, Kathy. So I knew a lot of OT8s. Okay. They're not shy about their powers. They are the biggest dick swingers. Everybody take a drink. Having been a believer in what you read, did you have to be deprogrammed? You're looking at it, Monica. Here's hoping. Every day, girl. I'm in therapy. Been in therapy for years. This helps a lot. But it's not like a SIM card where you just pull it out and put a new one in. You know, you gotta work on it. And if you look at the other ex-Scientology channels, you can tell the ones who are working on it and you can tell the ones who are sinking below with the ship. Be careful, Julie. So they're dick swingers beyond belief. Okay. They're absolute dick swingers. OT8s are massive dick swingers. Okay. Like I was always blown away because they're OT8. Like they can move our planet if they want to. They tell me this kind of shit. I have heard so many, thank you, Monica. I have heard so many OT8s be like, you're dying, you have cancer. Oh, I'll just fix it. So it shocked the shit out of me every single time. Yes, Martin, it started there. Every single time an OT8 would get sick. I've known so many OT8s that died of cancer, like many, right? Jason, thank you for becoming a member. Wow, that's super supportive, Jason. Thank you. I have known so many OT8s. I knew one a couple years ago that died of, had a open heart surgery and the body couldn't, this is a crazy fucking story. I don't even know if I should tell it. It's not because I don't want to keep it a secret. It's because it's like, it's so out there. That's like, how do I even explain this? Because I already went too far with you guys. LRH says dying is just something you decide to do. You just drop the body like he did. It's like getting out of one car and into another. Hey, Courtney Ann. So this dude, this OT8, he was on 7. I take that back. He was on 7. 7, you can be on OT7 for, I know someone who's been on OT7 for almost 30 years. So you can be on 7 for 5 years, 10 years, but it takes a long time. So this dude was on 7 and his wife was OT8. That's as high as you can get. She was completed. She did OT8. Hey, Nurse Teal. Good to see you, babe. his wife tells me this story. I went to see him in the hospital. He had open heart surgery, and he was like in his 60s. Okay. This is so perfect of a story, but they always give you a really good reason, right? When something like this, when you start to question, they give you a good reason. So he's on 7, he gets open heart surgery, and he decides he's going to die during the surgery. This is his wife telling me. And she sees it because she's OT8. So she can see him leaving the body and he's done. And he tells her that, right? Through his mind powers. He tells her, I'm done. I actually don't want to play this game of life anymore. I'm going to go get a new body. And hey, Deb Unfiltered. And she says, absolutely not. I'm pulling you back. So she does. And he survives the surgery. And like 3 months go by. And she's telling everybody at the org this story in Kansas City. And she's like, he decided to die. I had to go get him. I don't know what that means. Like, where are you going? How far is it? Is it like on the other side of the moon? Like, where did you have to go? And she's like, I had to go get him. She's telling all of us this story. And she's like, I told him I'm not ready for him to go. And he argued with me and was like, I'm ready to go. And she's like, well, we're not ready. You have a family. They had grown children. So he comes back and he survives it, and he's alive like for 3 months, and he did not do well after that surgery. He lost a ton of weight. He became kind of emaciated looking. He had to retire from what he did. Their daughter was pregnant during all of this. And he died. He like just died one morning. Dude just like fell over and died. The wife who told us the story of like he decided to die, oh, how convenient. She comes to us all and she goes, he dropped his body. And now I get why. He explained it to me after he died. After he died, because OT8s do this all the time. When somebody dies, they're like, oh, I talked to him this morning. They're doing great. They've never been happier. They're looking for a new body in San Diego. Everything's good. That's how they talk. I'm not making this up. That's my life all the time in Scientology. Like, someone dies, they don't give a shit. It's very simple. When someone dies, they go, oh, Bob died? Oh, he's doing great. He died last Thursday. He's never been happier. I talked to him this morning. That's what the OT8s do. They're dick swingers. So Scientologists, yeah, it's absolutely multiple lives. So they believe death is like getting out of one car, Judy, and getting into another. You just go to a hospital. So if Scientologists have told me my whole life, if you feel a ghost, if you feel haunted by something, or you feel like, we've all felt that, like a presence, you're supposed to go, hey, Phaeton, get out of here and go to the hospital and pick up a body. Beat it. That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to just be like, go to the nearest hospital, loser. Get out of here. Go pick up a body, you silly Sally. Not kidding. Yeah. So the daughter is pregnant. No heartbreak. No. No grieving, no heartbreak. When they do Scientology funerals, there's no crying allowed. No. Man, most people start with Dianetics. So he dies, right? And she comes in and tells everybody he's dead with a straight face. She's like, he died. He's dead. He's gone. And she goes, he decided to die. Of course, right? Because we can't be thinking that his body made him die. Because then it's like, why do I want to pay to be OT? You guys can't control that shit. They tell us they can control their blood pressure. OTs tell us that they can control their heart rate. They are in charge. This is a piece of meat. They're in charge. They don't give a fuck about this. Like, they decide when it dies, not the other way around. Okay. That's what they tell us. So it's kind of a big deal in Scientology when someone that is OT, it's important how they die if they die. So she comes in and she goes, he died. I'm like, oh my God, he died? I thought you went back and got him. Like, that's what I said to her, by the way. We don't speak to each other like, oh, I'm so sorry. Oh my God, my condolences. I'm so sorry for your loss. You never say that in Scientology. So she's like, he died. And I thought you went and got him. I thought he wasn't going to die. I felt like you had to go get him in Jupiter. I thought you had to go pick his ass up over in Uranus. And she's like, no, he decided to die. And I was going to use a Scientology word. Duplicate. Duplicate is a word used in Scientology all the time. And all it means is understand. So she said to me, she goes, I just didn't duplicate what he was saying before. You say that. I almost said it to Tommy yesterday. I almost said, I didn't duplicate that. I don't think you guys use that word. Do you use that word? That's special to Scientology, right? Do regular people use the word duplicate for the word understand? I don't think you do. But I always want to say it. Like I almost said it in public the other day. Like I didn't duplicate that. What? I don't think you guys use it. So she says to him, she goes, I didn't duplicate what he was saying. And I said, well, what was he saying? She goes, he wanted to die before our daughter's baby was born so he could go be the baby. He wanted to stay in the family. Oh, how convenient. Yes, baby, you nailed it. Oh, so that way none of us are concerned that he died. He chose to die. Oh, okay. So all of us can still believe in being an OT and paying for it. Because as long as he died at his own volition, right? He decided to do it. That's fine and dandy. You just can't die like at the hands of your own body. You can't be like, yes, Jason, it was great movie. I love Philip Seymour Hoffman. I'm so sad that we lost him. Okay, Margie Bar. Yeah, duplicate in Scientology is a word that we use all the time where it just means like understand. So, like a lot of times someone would be like, did you duplicate that? You didn't duplicate that, did you? Okay. Do you duplicate it now? And you'd be like, no, I don't duplicate that. I didn't realize. I think I did realize you guys don't use that word because I've never heard anybody say it. So as long as it's all good as to the reason why he died, that's fine. Like Kelly Preston, John Travolta's wife, died of breast cancer. She was OT8. Kirstie Alley died of rectal cancer or colon cancer. I'm not sure which. She was OT8. The difference is, yeah, Kim is blue. You have to be in control of it. Otherwise, people start panicking. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's a big deal. Not to you guys, but to Scientologists, it's a big deal because Nicole Bell's like, we use the word understand for understand. That's why Scientology has its own language, because it makes people feel really special. One, we have our own language, right? But it also isolates you. I can't have a conversation with you if you don't know what the fuck I'm saying. So if I were to say, like, do you duplicate that, Nicole? You'd be like, I'm sorry, what? I mean, that's just a small word. Well, yesterday we cleared the word valence, right? You didn't know what that meant. I couldn't start speaking Scientology to you if I wanted to. You guys would be like, what? So as long as it's controlled, but can you imagine what would the word be for this? Like I was going to say like the havoc, the chaos. Can you imagine the chaos that would go rampant in Scientology if a bunch of OT8s started dropping dead and they were just sick? No. We wouldn't be able to justify that. You have to say they decided to die, right? Like L. Ron Hubbard himself, no one said that he died until 3 days after he died. Why? Because they didn't want to create panic in Scientology. They had to come up with a story. You can YouTube it. It shows you can see the speech that David Miscavige gives when he dies. He's like shaking like a leaf giving this speech, but they have to give this impression that he wanted to die, because if all of us are like, wait, what? He died of, didn't they say that he died of like pancreatitis or a stroke? I don't even know. He was sick. They didn't want people to know that. Otherwise, how does Scientology work, right? So he says in the speech when he dies, he's like, LRH dropped the body at exactly this time at this date. He was done with his research here in that body and he was ready to dump it and he was done with it. Like, you have to give the impression that they wanted and planned that, not the other way around. Like, you know, how the rest of us peasants die. You know how we just die? Some of us just die of, I don't know, cancer, car accidents, you know, like the lower level shit where we're not in control of it. And just like, we just head on collision and shit like that, plane wrecks, you know, the crashes, shit like that. No. Because if an OT8 dies like that, then it makes you go, wait a minute, why didn't they control the plane? They control everything with their mind. Wait a minute. You start questioning. Does Scientology, I want everyone to rise in the ranks, or maybe just people that think that, no, they want everybody to come up that high because it's a money scheme, right? So if you get up to, they want everyone to become OT because it's at least usually about 500 grand. They're going to get you for more than that by the time you're OT 8 because you have to donate to so many other bodies in Scientology, like the IAS, the International Association of Scientologists, the Way to Happiness Foundation, CCHR, Citizens Commission on Human Rights. Like they want you, like my dad has given millions of dollars, right? He's given all these different, like all their little weird propaganda arms. Right. His next big research had to be done fully from an exterior. That's correct. They say that in the speech that LRH dropped his body intentionally because his next research he had to do couldn't be done in a body. Of course, right? Magic how that happens. So then everyone can go, oh, okay, so he wasn't like sick or anything. Okay. You did, Carolyn, but we'll bring her back. So the point is, I always try to describe to you what all of this means and get you to really make examples of it for yourself and understand it because of what I'm about to say. So OT8s, I'll give you an example. The Kansas City organization, I told you this, has like, at the time, 20. I'd say around 20 OT8s. That's a lot. Usually most have a lesser number than that. We were proud of our number of OT8s. So when my son was born, he had to go to the NICU. And he was in the NICU for 2 weeks. And toward the end of the second week, he was on a feeding tube. He wasn't eating. And so he had to be on a feeding tube. He had like needles in his head and shit hooked up to him everywhere. It was a sad thing to see. It was very upsetting. Brenda, my mother-in-law, right, his grandmother, decides, she's like, F this. We didn't want him to be in here for 2 weeks. I'm done. So she's like, I'm going to call every OT8 in the field, which she did. She called all the OT8s. She went down the list and she called each one. And hey, Zoe, she said, Huxley's in the NICU in this location, in this building. She gave the address so that they could hone in on it, right? And she did. And she was like, we want him taken off the feeding tubes and we want him to go home. So she's like, I'm going to set all the OT8s on it. I'm going to put their attention on all of it. And I mean, obviously it was a coincidence, but the following day he was taken off the feeding tube. He didn't need it anymore. So of course, hey, Becky L, of course, right? I think it was just because he had been there for 2 weeks and he didn't need it anymore. But of course, right? Yeah, it's their version of praying. But it's also, Tamber June, that's a good thing to say. It's a version of praying, but it's also disrespectful and shitty to the other Scientologists because it's kind of like, it's another Scientology word I was going to use. Do you guys use this word? People in Scientology say this all the time. Don't bypass me. It bypasses. Bypass me. I think it's the same definition for you guys. It means go around, like go above someone's head instead of going to the person. You bypass them and you went to their senior, or you didn't talk to them about it first. So it bypasses the other Scientologists, the lowly Scientologists like me. She wasn't calling just all Scientologists saying, hey, can you guys all pray? Or, we don't use that word, but you know what I'm saying? It's only the OT8s. So it's like they're more magical. They're going to get more shit done. And that's true. It's a fact. It's like if you're not OT8, you're not good enough. Exactly, Courtney Ann. But that is something we're all used to. Nobody gets upset about it. I'm just saying it here because it's something I'm thinking about today. I never thought about it then. You worship the OT8s in Scientology. They are to be given the utmost respect. It's like Tom Cruise. It's like all the OT8s are Tom Cruises. You don't disrespect the OT8s. Not to mention, the OT8s are also extremely trained, so they won't take disrespect anyway. It's not like somebody would have to stand up for them. They would be like, hey, motherfucker, I'm OT8. You don't fucking talk to me like that. Like, they would be rude right on back. They'd give it right back to you. Hey, Zoe, I've been on for an hour and 20 minutes. Yeah, you definitely, Monica, strive to be like them. They are to set an example. It's a carrot. They're absolutely dangling that OT8 carrot of like, you want to be here too, right? They're selling it. Yeah, Kim is blue. So okay, so that was an example. So I had a chiropractor. We've talked about this. I had a chiropractor in Kansas City that I saw almost every week for probably 10 years. Sometimes it was every other week, but it was very, very regularly. Were Doug and Brenda OT8? No, they had their OT levels paid for, but you have to be clear to get invited onto the OT levels. Brenda was not clear. She was close. Doug was clear, but Doug refused to go do his OT levels, even though they were paid for and just sitting there on his account. Anyone know why? Take a guess why Doug didn't do his OT levels, even though he could have. Even though they were just sitting there paid for. Take a guess. I'll give you a minute. Talk amongst yourselves. I'll take a drink. Clear, Mop Man. Clear is the level right before the OT levels. Hey, Marty Jewel, you nailed it. You guys all nailed it. He wouldn't leave Huxley because he had to be in control of Huxley. God forbid he left Huxley with his mom. That was never going to happen. Do you know how many times Brenda and I would try to talk him into going? Because you can't do it locally. He had him paid for on account in LA. So he had to go do his OT levels in LA. And if you go do them, it's a commitment. You don't just go for the weekend. You're gone for like 6 months. Okay. Thank you. I love you too, Lydia. I will. Thank you for the super chat. Oh, yeah, Denise. So Brenda and I would constantly be like, hey, you should go do your OT levels. Nope. No fucking way. He was like, I'm not doing my OT levels until Huxley is 25. He was like, I'm not leaving him. Nope. You could not separate Doug from Huxley if we tried. Like he was already invited. People were pushing him all the time. Yeah, Kim, I'm going to get into it in a minute. Not just me and Brenda. Officials at the org were like, Doug, go do your OT levels, brother. They're paid for. You're clear. Go. Like it actually becomes a problem if you stay stuck at clear. You're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to go on, right? Thank you, Tamber June. Is he doing his OT levels now? I have no idea, Kat. So he wouldn't go. I couldn't be his mother. I could not. He did not trust that. And he would say that every time. He'd be like, oh, absolutely not. I'm not leaving him. And I'd be like, he'll be fine. I have him. And he'd be like, nope, no way. I'm not leaving Huxley. He needs me. He was like, that's that. He would get really pissed about it. He'd be like, I'm not leaving. Stop fucking pushing me. I'm not leaving. Like, do you know how insane that sounds? Because in Scientology, if you are blessed and lucky enough to be able to do your OT levels, not only do them, but have them fucking paid for on account, like anybody would give their life for that. Doug had it for over a decade and he was like, nope, nope. He was like, I won't leave. Not leaving Huxley. Nope, he needs me. Hey, Jenny Jin. That's not disrespectful as all get out, right? To his mother. Like, I can't handle the job. He can't live without me. Doug would say that. He can't live without me. No. Like, it was such bullshit. It made me so angry because I thought what I wouldn't give to have a 6-month break from this man so I can be with my kid for 6 months. He wouldn't leave. He wouldn't do it. He wouldn't go anywhere. Yeah, Barbara, wait. So no, Sophia, for sure. He wasn't right. So I have this OT8 chiropractor and I see him all the time. And he treated Huxley, he treated Michael. So he's OT8. His wife is OT8. She is not a chiropractor, but she ran the entire office. This was a large chiropractic office. She runs the office. She's the office manager. His sister is an OT8. She is also a chiropractor in the office. His son is now also an OT8. He's also a chiropractor. His other son, I don't know if he's OT8, but he is also a chiropractor. And then the son's wife is also on her OT levels. This one who just got done with OT8. So there's 6 that I know of. That's a big ass practice full of a lot of OTs. Okay. Mimi, I'm sorry, babe. I hope you feel better. Just rest, babe. Do you have a heating pad? Hey, Joel Sachs. So that's a lot of OTs. Okay. So when I first start getting treated, this is way back when. Hey, Marsha Laird. When I first start getting treated, I go in for my appointment with Michael. We had appointments. This is like way back when, in the beginning of getting treated by this OT8 chiro. And he sits down with me and Michael, and he's doing an assessment on us with his mind. And I'm not kidding. Like, he takes us into a room, and he's like sitting in front of me, and he's like looking at me, and he's like, the diabetes. This wasn't at the same time, but this is the same guy that said to me, the reason you have diabetes is because when you were born, your dad walked into the room and said, "Hi, sugar." And your body took that. Your reactive mind was recording that. It took it, what am I trying to say? Literally. And so your pancreas has high sugar. It produces its high sugar now. That's why I have diabetes. So this is what I mean by OT8s. They can see everything. They know everything. And so he's looking at my body, and this is what he says to me. He's like, I'm doing a scan of your body. And I was like, just with your mind? Like, what are you doing? Are you using equipment? And he goes, no. And he like leans forward. I'll never forget this. And Michael's sitting next to me, my husband at the time. And he goes, look, guys, I'm doing a scan here. Okay. He goes, I can see cancer. And I went, you can see cancer? OT8s can do that? And he said, well, I can. He said, I don't know if other OT8s can. And I was like, do I have cancer? And he's like, no, not at all. No. He's like, but I'm just doing a quick scan of your body. He was like, if you'll just give me a minute, he's like, I'm going to go in and look at some things. Like, he's entering my body. And we went on Fridays, and every Friday he'd like say, like, when I did get diabetes, he used the activator. I don't know how many of you are familiar with chiropractic. I've had chiropractic when I was little and had asthma, where they use their hands, right? And they're like, right? He didn't use his hands. He used an activator. This is a pen, but he used an activator, and it sounds like a pen. That's what he would do. It sounds exactly like a pen. Hey, Bridge, like, I had a toothache once, and he was like, put your finger on the tooth that hurts. Let's say it's this one. He'd go, and he'd like click on it. Okay. I'd be like, I have a really bad headache. And he'd be like, there it is. He was like, I just found it right there. He was like, that's it. That's it. Like, he would locate shit. Right. You would not be able to keep a straight face. I understand, but I was born into this shit. So like, it's not, I know you guys are all rolling your eyes, and for good reason, I understand, but this was not hooey to me. This was not magic. This was all I knew. This is all I believed, right? Jenny, do you know of any Scientologists who reached OT8 and realized it was total bullshit and got really mad after? I don't, but I saw it in the Leah Remini show with Mike Render. Paul Haggis specifically said that. I think Leah Remini's mom, Leah Remini did not make it to OT8, but her mom did. And she said that. I love Leah Remini's mom. She said that she was like, I realized it was total bullshit. I don't know of that, Jenny, but thank you for super chatting, babe. And it's good to see you. So he does this to me every Friday, right? Like, he's literally just, I told you that he's doing this to me all the time. He clicked on my panty hamster. He did it all the time. Like, I remember being like, I'm on my period and it hurts. And he'd like lift my leg in the air and like adjust my flaps of my vagina. I'm not kidding. And I thought it was normal. And then a bunch of people were like, that's not normal. So, yeah, he's just every week I'd be like, I remember this one week, Kim is Blue, I knew you were going to say that. I left one Friday and I said, do you have any OT8 secrets you can share? Like I was like always like really, he was the most out of all the OT8s, he was the most willing to like give shit up. It was kind of interesting. Hey, Cowboy Logic. Sounds like witch doctor. It's an honor to have you over here. What was I going to say? Oh, I know. Like he was such a cuckoo bird. I remember this one time I was like, I was complaining about something. And I was like, this hurts right here. And he was like, where? Show me. And like, he was like, put your hand over where it hurts. And I did. And I said, it hurts right here. And he goes, good, close your eyes. And I was like, okay. And he was like, turn it white. And I was like, what? And he was like, turn it white. And I went, okay. And he's like, good. Did you turn it white? And I was like, sure. And he was like, okay. He goes, take your hand down. I was like, okay. And he goes, good. Put your hand back there again. And I was like, okay. And he was like, close your eyes and turn it white. He was like, good. You just fixed your own problem. He was like, see, there's OT in all of us. And I was like, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's not what you think that means. I was like, okay. Like I would go in there with the worst headache of my life. And I'm not kidding. He'd go, okay, I just fixed it. Like I'd come in there with, you know, what's interesting? I had bad headaches in Scientology, bad headaches, probably at least 3/4 of every month. I had to be treated for it in Scientology. 3/4 of every month I had horrific headaches, guys, and I couldn't take anything. So like, you can't just take Advil. So you can't do that. So I would go to him and he'd go like this. It's done. It's gone. And I would go, no, it's not. It's bad. I'm like shaking. It's throbbing. And he'd go, the minute you get home, it'll be gone. And I was like, really? And he'd be like, absolutely. Hold on. Hold on. I'm not kidding. He'd go like this. Hold on. Hold on. He'd go, turn your head a little bit. Done. Got it. He was like, there was one little part I missed. And I was like, okay, if you say so. No, the pain never went away. Every time I would get home and I would look at Brenda, my mother-in-law, who would go with me, and I'd go, Brenda, I still have a fucking headache. I was so pissed because you can't take drugs. I would drug my ass with Advil, right? And I'm even hesitant about that. Like even now, if I get a headache, I wait for it to get bad. I won't take it. Hey, Sally girl, I even now, as a former Scientologist, I will wait until it gets really, really, really bad before I'll drug it with Advil. Like if I have a mild fuzzy headache, I'm like, but I won't take anything. But in that life, I wasn't taking anything. I couldn't. Do I think they were migraines? Maybe, Amy M. I don't know because I never went to the doctor. So then I finally get diagnosed with diabetes and I go in and I'm like, you're not going to believe this. I have diabetes. Cowboy Logic, I'm talking about my life in Scientology and how they treated you. So I go in and I'm like, you're not going to believe this. I have diabetes. And he's like, not anymore. You don't. He's like, lay back on the table. And I'm like, okay. And he's like, and he would like push really hard. And he'd be like, okay. He goes, I just adjusted your pancreas. It was just out of adjustment. You don't have diabetes anymore. You would not believe how many times that guy said that to me. You're done. Your diabetes is gone. You're welcome. Pay me. I'm not kidding. And a couple of times he said that. How old was Huxley when I left? He was 13. So Diana H. So I believed him the first few times. And I went running to my doctor for blood work. And I was like, I don't have diabetes anymore. You're not going to believe this. And of course, my regular non-Scientology doctor was like, you don't have diabetes anymore? Really? Like you just got rid of it last night or how'd you get rid of it? And I was like, it's gone. I guarantee you it's gone. Like I believed him. He was OT8. So I go to this non-ass Scientology doctor and I'm like, do it. Take some blood. You're going to see who's laughing. You're going to laugh all the way home, pal, because I don't have the beatus, right? It's cured. Okay. And OT8 cured it. Sadly, I did that a couple of times and the doctor was like, hi, Miss Quibell. Yeah, this is your doctor again. You still have diabetes and you're fucking nuts. So I'm going to add some medication to this that's not for diabetes, but it's definitely going to help your crazy ass fucking head. All right, then. See you at the next one. It was sad. It was sad. He did that to me so many times. He was like, and I would go back to my chiro and I would go, I'm still diabetic. You said I wasn't. And he would go, what? No. And I would go, yeah, no, I had blood work. And he'd be like, where'd you get your blood work done? I don't know if I believe it. And I would have to tell him where I got it done. I was like, Quest Diagnostics, the regular places. How are you able to see Scientology and non-Scientology doctors? Hey, P. Taylor, that happened at the end when I finally saw a doctor. I remember I was telling this yesterday. I went years of being a diabetic without getting treated because they didn't want me to go to the doctor. And when I finally got some health insurance, I went because I was like holding on to furniture. I was so dizzy. I was getting yeast infections all the time because of the sugar being so high. So I finally went to a doctor. I was like, fuck this. I'm going to a doctor. You're not going to believe this. So I get my blood work done. He wants to know where. Like, he wanted to see the results. And I show him. And he's like, that is bizarre. I don't know if I believe it. He's like, but here, lay back on the table. And I would lay back and he'd be like, now it's gone. He'd be like, now I took care of it. Most Scientologists will not go to the doctor. No. LRH says not to go to the doctor. He says that doctors are only really good for resetting bones. Otherwise, you don't really need doctors. That's according to Scientology. So, and they don't want you going to the doctor, right? So my point is, all this to say, I've been dragging this out, but I'm enjoying dragging it out because it's fun to talk about these stories anyway. It's some witchcraft shit here. Keep in mind, I believed all of this. This was another Tuesday for me. So I saw this guy for like 10 years. I saw this person for 10 years, almost every week, sometimes every other. It's funny a Scientologist doesn't trust science. No, of course they don't. How many trusting Scientologists have died? It could have been prevented. I bet a lot. I could only imagine, Barbara Waite, I bet a ton of Scientologists have. I know a ton of Scientologists that have died. And every time, that's what I was saying earlier, I know a lot of specifically OT8s that died of cancer. Shelley. And every time they died, someone would show up and speak for them. Hey, Audra, and go, oh, she wanted to die. She was done with this body. She was done with this game. That's what they call it. They were done with this game and they were ready for a new game. So she wanted to die. Like, that's how they always sell it. She was ready. No, she didn't want to be treated for cancer. She was ready to go. Like, they would say that. I know at least probably 15 Scientologists that have died personally. Yeah. And every time it's magical. It's magical. So they die. They wanted to die. And then an OT8 would always come out, or a handful of them would come out and go, let's pretend her name is Sherry. They'd go, oh yeah, Sherry died? Yeah, oh yeah. No, I talked to her this morning. She's doing great. She's actually here now. She says that she's fine. She just wanted me to tell you that she's doing great. Like, that's how they ease us into it too. It's like, oh, she is. It's actually really fucked up and dark and evil to do that, right? Because I know a lot of people that died that was very hard for me, made me very sad. And they would be like, oh no, she's doing great. She's looking into picking up there's a pregnant lady in Clearwater. She's going to pick up that body and she's going to go into a home. It's like adopting, right? She's going to go into a home of 2 OT8 parents. Hey, real slick. Where was Liz Carr on the bridge? She was not. She was clear. She was a new clear. How did I keep Huxley's mind and belief system straight being raised in that for 13 years? It wasn't that difficult, Monica, because his father and I were very, very adamant about not letting him do any like actual services in Scientology. So he went to the org all the time. He was raised there. He went to every Saturday almost. He would go to an event, a fundraiser. Everybody knew him. He was a child raised in the building, right? Everybody knew him. But we did not want him actually doing services, if that makes sense. So he was raised around it, but he wasn't like indoctrinated like everybody else. So thank you, Kim. So the point is, all this to say, this OT8 chiropractor, if you're OT8, did Hux not wear his crosses around Doug? He did not. I never saw that, Zoe. So I'm going to show you something. And as soon as I show you this, they're going to remove me from their mailing list. I got an email from my OT8 chiropractor's office today. And do you guys remember when I was in LA a month ago or something? Who remembers that? So I was in LA streaming about a month ago, and I was walking up and down. I had never seen Big Blue, and I was walking up and down the streets where all of the Scientology buildings are and the people are. Do you remember I ran into, like, within the first 30 minutes, I ran into my friend Eric. He's an active Scientologist. I ran into him. I streamed it. You all saw it. And he was like, hey, and like, we were going to have a conversation. It was quite sad. I've known him since he was born. He's known me since I was born. I'm small. As long as I can remember, I've known Eric. I had a crush on him. Like, I know him very, very well. I know his family very, very well. His father is that OT8 chiropractor, and he is the other OT8 chiropractor. Eric is. I told you guys that. He's a chiropractor. He's the one that they rushed off. So he started to talk to me, and some creepy guy on a bicycle came up and was like, sir, get back in the building, please. Don't talk to her. Like, they whisked him away. But he gave me a big smile. I went, Eric? And he was like, what are you doing here? Like, I couldn't believe it. It was very heartbreaking. It was emotional as shit for me. I really cried about that they took him away so quickly, and that I had a crush on him when I was a little girl. And it took a lot out of me for several days. Like, I had to battle with that for a few days, because just for me I know, babe, for me going back to all of that already shook my foundation. But to see a fellow Scientologist, and I'm on the other side of it now, and I can't be there, I can't go in with him. I didn't expect him to be there, first of all, right? He's Kansas City public. He was in LA. He's walking down the street. Like, it was just all so, like, crazy. And I went, Eric? And he was like, Reese? He said, what are you doing here? And I was like, I'm just here with some friends. And he said, you're here with some friends? And then the guy was like, sir, get away from her. Like, totally. He immediately went, you're here with some. And he walked off. It was the saddest thing I'd ever seen. I don't know if that got caught on film. He literally was like lit up, and he went, you're here with some. And he was like terrified. It was horrible, right? He is the chiropractor in that office. I've never been treated by Eric, but he is now OT8. And I got a message. His dad is the one who treated me. I get a message about 6 months ago from that chiropractic office that said, Dr. Eric is going to be taking a leave of absence for several months. I knew what that meant. They sent it to all of their patients. Their patients aren't Scientologists, right? So they're not going to be like, he's going off to do his OT levels. Eric was being shipped off to do his OT levels. So when I saw him in LA, I knew that's what he was doing. And he's been there for the last 6 months. That's what I mean. If you're going to go do your OT levels, that's why Doug wouldn't do it, because you got to leave for a long, long time. That may have been difficult to watch. That's how protesting should work. The world saw what Scientologist was in that moment. Honestly, I thought it was poignant. Thank you, babe. I love you. So Eric, I already knew. I didn't know he went to LA. I figured he would go to Florida, but it makes sense that he went to LA because he was in the Sea Org in LA. He had joined the Sea Org at like 14, and then he quit and he routed out of the Sea Org and became a Kansas City public. So the point is, now I hope you're piecing this together. I ran into Eric in LA like a month ago. I knew he was there for his OT levels because I got that email from their office going, Dr. Eric is going to take a leave of absence, right? And I was like, oh, I know what that means. Love you, Bunny. So I get an email today from their office that says, Dr. Eric is back. So he just got back. And it says, so let me read it. I don't want to give last names. Okay, good. His wife is named Jessica. His wife is Dr. Jessica. I said his wife is also a Scientology. I think she's OT8. Hang on just a second. I'm going to do something. I have an idea. Here we go. I got to do it again. Hold on. I don't even have to do this, but I'm just going to do it because I'm not trying to cause problems for these people, even though most people attack Scientologists. I'm not really interested in causing problems for people and I don't want to. So I don't have to do what I'm doing, but I'm doing it anyway. Okay. So look at this. I blocked out the name of where the office is just because. Okay, so look, this is it. So his dad is Dr. Chris. This is Dr. Eric, who I ran into in LA, and then his wife is Dr. Jessica. This is in the email today. Dr. Chris announcement. He's back. It is with great excitement that I want to announce that Dr. Eric is back and will begin seeing patients in the blank office beginning Wednesday, April 8th. It has been an honor and privilege for Dr. Jessica, that's his wife, and me to be able to help all those that we have been able to serve in the blank office during his absence. Thank you for allowing us to serve you. So Dr. Eric, who I ran into in LA, is back. He's been gone for 6 months. They also have a small child, but that's no big deal. You don't have to be a dad or anything and stick around. So the bigger thing I want to say about this, and I want to make sure I don't want to black anything out here. I am obviously going to be removed from this mailing list immediately. Scientology is watching us right now. Watch how fast I never get an email from this office again. They're going to tell them right now. They're watching right now. They're going to be making a phone call to Dr. Chris right now. So this is what's telling, and this is very interesting, and I want you guys to pay attention to this right here, right now. Dr. Chris is the one who says, guys, I can see cancer. I just fixed your pancreas. He's been an OT8 for decades. He's been a chiropractor for decades. Read this shit. No, Monica McCoy, this is a giant office. They treat tons, hundreds of people, old people. They treat local sports teams. It's a very, very, very prolific, very successful office. Not Scientologists. I mean, they definitely treat Scientologists, but they definitely treat more non-Scientologists than Scientologists. Recent reminds me of the guy we watched walking into the org. Yep. Who couldn't fix his foot? The guy that can't fix his hand. Yeah, there was an OT8 walking into the org when Tommy and I were in Kansas City, and he tripped and he slammed his hand in the door and he had a really bad limp. And we were like, why? If you're OT8, that's just a bad look. That's all. We all know it's bullshit, right? But in Scientology, it's really, really a red flag. If you're OT8 and sick, hell no, man, they don't want that because that doesn't sell. Do you understand? Like, you can't have ailments. You can't have fucking COVID. You can't have cancer. You can't have this shit if you're OT8 because it's a bad look for the rest of them. How are you going to sell OT8 if you're sick, right? So this is why this is really, really telling. And again, they're going to remove me from this mailing list. Dr. Chris, the main man, the head of the office, who's OT8, okay? Dr. Chris will be taking a leave of absence. So when I read that, I was like, oh, he must be going to do like his OT 9 and 10 preps again or something, or he's going to the free wins or something. Oh, no. I am sad to report, this is him talking. I am sad to report that I've injured my right hand and will be taking a leave of absence from giving any chiropractic adjustments. At this point, I'm uncertain on how long I will be away from the office, but I'm aiming for a return date the first week of May. I'm doing well emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. That's how creepy Scientologists talk. I do, however, have a wee bit of a physical issue to contend with at the moment with this hand. That's shocking, not necessarily to you, but to me and to all the Scientologists out there are looking at that going, what? That ain't right, dude. That's not right. Like, what did you do to your hand? First of all, do you know how much trouble he's in? Hey, Jelly Bean Beauty Queen. He's in ethics trouble. I guarantee you, because OT8s that get injured have to go to ethics for that shit. He's in trouble for getting hurt and not being able to work. But it's a really bad look for fellow Scientologists. It's a bad, bad look. While we're not being kind, hello to anybody out there who might be in the New York for less than 4 teeth, who might also be a Nazi and maybe inbred and owe $80,000 in child support. He also has an active warrant. But yeah, he's got unpaid child support. I think he has like 11 counts of unpaid child support, $80,000 in judgments against him. It's crazy, isn't it? And 3 teeth. I don't know. I mean, I don't really care that he doesn't have 3 teeth, but I think he does, because every time he laughs, he goes, and it's never funny. It's like, dude, we don't care that you have 3 teeth. We care, though, that you're a racist and that you have all this child support shit again. It's a hater. Hey, Ruth Betts. So, oh, you go to ethics when you injure yourself. Yeah, it's good to see you. And Jelly Bean Beauty Queen, I'm sorry that you're sick, babe. When you get injured, you have to go do an ethics interview. You have to find out what happened. I can't believe it either. Holly's kind of the only one who's shocked by this. I get it. I was trying to build for it so you guys understood. That's why I was building it, so you understood. I'm shocked that Margie Bar. I'm shocked that he admitted to being injured. Now, I'm not shocked that he admitted to being injured on email to his patients, because his patients aren't Scientologists. Very few. Okay. He treats way, way, way more just non-Scientologists. But that was wild to me. That is so, I think this is a Scientology word again. I've used a lot of Scientology words today. That's a major outpoint. Do you guys use that word? Outpoint? That's just a red flag in Scientology. That's a major outpoint. Megan Roberts, it's a shame. It's a raging outpoint to have an injury like that and be an OT8. And he knows some of his patients are Scientologists. Yeah. Hey, Mary Barons. Ethics is like HR, neither like or want to see me again. Yes, it is actually. I don't know if you're being funny, but it is kind of like the HR department. That's a Scientology word. So what Scientology words did we use today? Outpoint, duplicate. I didn't realize. I guess I was on the fence about that. I thought duplicate was a word you guys might use, but no. So remember, the word duplicate in Scientology, we use that a lot. You would go, do you duplicate that? You didn't duplicate that? I almost said it to Tommy yesterday. Hey, Archie's mom, I almost said to him, I don't duplicate that. Duplicate just means to understand, and bypass. Yes, bypass means to go around someone. I thought maybe you guys use that word, but they use it a lot in Scientology to go, don't fucking bypass me. It means like, don't go above my head. Don't go talk to my wife when you need to come to me about it. Don't bypass anybody. Does he heal others as fast as he heals you? Just not in the same context. Okay, Debbie. Well, there's a lot. So that's, there's a lot of words that are English words, but they have totally different definitions in Scientology. So there's that. But then there's actual Scientology words like cognition, as is. I'm trying to think of other actual Scientology words. Not is. Keyed in, keyed out. There's certain words that are just probably Scientology that you guys wouldn't use. Restimulated. I don't think restimulated. Good night, Martin. I don't think restimulate is a word you guys use. Cognition is an English word. Not is would not be your guys' word. Aside from the weird OT crap, is he actually a good chiropractor? I always used to say to Brenda, I always used to say this. Do you notice a difference ever seeing him? I never felt a difference. I never felt better. I used to think it every time we'd leave, and then I would like convince myself, but I was like, I never feel any different. And he used to piss me off because, again, hey, Jerry Ellen, I would get third-partied. Yeah, third-partied is definitely not an English word for you guys. I used to get horrific headaches. Yeah, Marty Jewell. And he would just do this all around my head. And he'd go, it's gone. And I'd go, no, it's not. And he'd go, well, it's going to be gone by the time you get home. And I just really lost faith in him after a while because I was like, it's not gone. And now when I get home, it's not like I can get home and pop an Advil. I couldn't do that. So then I just drove all the way there and all the way back, and I'm laying at home, and sometimes it would be fucking worse. Like my headache would like move to the back of my eyeball, and I would be like, I can't even drive. Like it's way worse. It's pretty bad. What got rid of my headaches, Kat? I just don't get them anymore. Restimulate is an English word, not just different meaning. Okay. I'm trying to think of other words. I can't think of them right now. Interesting. So no. The activator is not a Scientology thing. A lot of chiropractors are trained on the activator instead of using their hands. But I never noticed a difference on that thing. No, it was unfortunate. Oh, interbulate. Yeah, that's a Scientology word. I don't think that's a real word for you guys, interbulate. I know we use propitiate a lot, and it's an English word, but it's not the same definition. So there's a ton of words that Scientologists use, like duplicate, that we use, and it's a totally different definition than you guys, like cognite. It's interbulation is actually spelled with an E. It looks like it would be spelled with an I. Did he ever actually crack your neck or back? No. Interbulated, I don't think is a real word for you guys. Third partied. There's a ton of them. There's an absolute ton. I was actually thinking, I wonder if there's any like, okay, fuck this thing. I'm just going to put it over here. I wonder if there's any, I don't think they'd be in here. I don't think they would be in the, nah. Definitely keyed in, keyed out. The GE, genetic entity. I realize those are words that are English words, but the GE, the genetic entity. Somatic, but that's not, no, that's a word you guys have. God, I just don't speak it as much anymore. And to be honest, even when I did speak it, if you came to me as a Scientologist and said, hey, give me some Scientology words you use, I would have been like, I don't, they don't just float to the surface for me. I use them. So how would a non-Scientologist recognize a Scientologist without them saying they were? What characteristics? You wouldn't know. Oh, blow for sure. Blow. Yeah. Blow is an unexcused leave. You wouldn't really know. Here's how you would know. Thank you, Real Slick. Reasonable is very different definition in Scientology. The only way you'd know is Scientologists are just robotic. They talk weird. They talk fucking weird, but like you wouldn't be able to spot that. You'd be like, this person's weird. I mean, a lock is a totally different. Rudiments, do you guys use, that's a real word for you guys, right? Rudiments are used a lot in Scientology. Restimulate, Debbie said, is a word. You would, Kim is blue. I don't even know that they would be. I'm not so sure. What is my definition of rudiments? So rudiments in Scientology are something that you fly. You're going to fly your rudiments in Scientology on the cans, or you would say something like her rudiments are out. So the definition in Scientology of rudiments is like, are you well fed? Are you well rested? So are you tired? Are you hungry? Those are your body rudiments that and then, so if you said, I'm out, we call them rudes. Actually, we just shorten it. Like I would say to you, Tommy, as my partner, I would say to him, please don't talk to me. I'm really fucking out, rudes. I need a sandwich. I'm out, rudes means I'm tired or I'm hungry. If you're going to fly your rudiments on the cans, that means that you're going to fly your spiritual and mental rudiments. Aberrate. Yeah, that's a word though that you guys, it's an English word, but you don't use it. We use the word aberrate all the time. If you're going to fly my rudes in session, you're going to say, do you have an ARC break? Has a withhold been missed? Do you have a present time problem? So your basics. Yeah, your basics are out. Yep, JR, it's that. Anatin is a word in Scientology, but I think that's an English word as well, isn't it? Anatin? Thetan? Yeah. So that's what rudiments means to me. I don't know what it means to you guys. Also, apathy in Scientology. Oh, out 2D. Yeah, 2D is your husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend. Anatin is when you're just like in a total fog when you're studying. If you go anatin, you're just like out. Valence, yeah, valence, but that's also an English word. It's just got a totally different. The word apathy in Scientology is like griefy. Yeah, interbulate, babe. Downstat, that's not a word that you guys would use. Upstat, downstat. Bank is not a word you would use that we use. Like you're being a bank. That means you're being a downstat. Out ethics, you're out ethics. There's a shit ton of actual sign. DevT, thank you, Bridge. DevT is not your guys's. That stands for developed traffic. MEST, matter, energy, space, and time. And I would just say, like, clean up your MEST. Your MEST is totally in disarray. Oh, havingness. Knowingness. Those are specifically Scientology words. They have to be. Havingness, you'd be like, I just have really low havingness right now, which means like I need to go spend some money. Or if you're very minimal and you only have a couch and a TV in your house, you have low havingness. So someone would say to me like, Reese, you have low havingness. That's a bad thing. If a Scientologist came to my house and saw all my closet of clothes and shoes, they'd go, damn girl, you have high havingness. Good for you. Like it just means you have money and you're able to buy shit. If you have high havingness, that means like money flows to you. Monica, you go into, yeah, Alana, routed. Routed is a big word used in Scientology. You go into debt, major debt. I wish I had an actual Scientology dictionary because those are the real engram, outrudes. Yeah, those are the real terms where you'd find it. I don't have a Scientology dictionary though. I wish I did. I mean, there's all kinds of. I need to find my Dianetics book. There's all kinds of Dianetics terms. Misemotion, that's definitely, yep. There. Hey, oh my God, that's weird, babe. I didn't even know you typed that. And I just saw it in here. Misemotion. HENR. Hey, original Anne. Misemotion is also like HENR. Phenomena is a totally different. What is interbulate? Yeah, as is, not is, what is. Interbulate means to really fucking trigger something or someone. So like if you consideration's a big one. Interbulate just means that if you were to come and trigger me about something, be like, you're fired. I'd be like, I'm so fucking interbulated. I just lost my job. It just means you're like really out of sorts and you're very, very upset. Reese, is there ever a time on the cans as an adult where you went in and you were sincere in what you said and truthful about how you felt? Or did you make most of it up to get, oh God, no. I made some of it up, but I would say 10% of it. No, I was very real. Is that why you like to shop? Yep. And turbulate, cause turbulence. That's not how I would say it, but yeah, I could see how that would make sense. Love you, Diana H. Hey, Mama E. Consideration's a big one. Have I ever been audited? I've been audited my entire life. Yes. I've had thousands and thousands of hours of auditing. If you're a Scientologist, that's common. Oh, OL, opinion leader. Bullbait, that's, yeah. OL, DBs, degraded beings, yeah. KSW, keeping Scientology working, yeah. Also, this is crazy digging this shit up, guys. I haven't thought about it in a minute. Fuck, it's like OL, but it's not. I think it starts with a T and I can't think of the word. It's like my go-to, my person, he's my critical. Thursday before 2 is a big one. Sec check. Yeah, that's a Scientology word. Critical. Natter. Natter. Is that an English word for you guys? Natter is a big one in science. Terminal. Thursday before 2. You're the best. Terminal. Yes, thanks, guys. Terminal is a big one. So if you were to say like your boss or it's your confidant. It's your person that you go to a lot. It's also your opinion leader, but like TR, Armine, your terminal would be like, yeah, he's my terminal on this. Or if you were working on something specific, a project, you'd be like, he's my terminal on this project. I feel like I just saw something or I was saying something right before that. Natter. Oh, Natter is British. Pat G, I don't know the answer to that. It all started around 1950. What about a must-have? Flap, Tamberjune. Flap is a problem. Don't give me a flap. Good roads, good weather. Good roads, good weather, Shelly. What about a must-have? That's weird too. Like that's a common thing in Scientology. If you're like, do you want Chinese for lunch or do you want pizza? You'd go, I don't have a must-have on either one. Like, why wouldn't you just say like, I don't care? You have to say weird shit like that. I don't have a must-have on it. PTP, good one, babe. Present time problem. Dev T is a big one. Like this is Dev T, developed traffic. But yeah, you would say a lot like you're fucking PTPing me right now. This is PTPing me. You're giving me a PTP. I'm PTP'd. They say that a lot. Introverted and extroverted is a big one in Scientology. I realize those are English words. Invalidate. Nobody said invalidate. Randomity. Tommy told me that's not a real word. Randomity is a big one we use in Scientology to go too much randomity. It's just like too much emotion and shit chaos. What about chaos merchant? Do you guys use that? That's an SP. Okay. Anchor points, bridge. Anchor points, big one, big one, big one. That's what my chiropractor would say to me when I would have headaches. When you have headaches, just stretch out your anchor points. Go on, guys, stretch out your anchor points. That just means, yeah, Thursday before 2, your anchor points are like, you would basically, with your mind, of course, look at like a pole 10 miles away and put an anchor point there. Good. Now look at that building, put an anchor point there. It means you're making your space really big. You're too myopic. Extrovert. Flunk, yeah. Squirrel. That was a good one, babe. Randomity. What's a word for what's the word in Scientology, guys? It's like autopilot. I just went blank on it. Nice, DNV. There's a lot of fucking words, and you guys love you, babe. Are you going live right now? Tommy, are you going live in 5 minutes? If you are, I'm going to hang up. There's valence. Overts and withholds for sure. Thursday before too. I feel like there's another word for it. I give you so much credit. You had to learn another language. It really is a different language. Are all ethnic races accepted in this? Yeah. I mean, where I grew up, yeah. They don't accept gay people. Automaticity. Is that what the word I'm looking for? Automaticity. Yeah, I haven't used that in a long time. I'm on an automaticity. That was it. That was it. Okay, is Tommy going? Can someone tell me? Because Tommy didn't answer me. I'm going to hang up. Implant. We missed that one, guys. Implant. We should do a whole stream on this. We kind of are, but it would be interesting to do a whole stream on this. Having this is hilarious. Yeah, DB, criminal. Boy, no one still has answered me on this. Okay, I'll look for myself. Boat is live. Yep, okay. I'm going to go anyway, just because I've been on for how long? 2 hours and 10 minutes. A rundown for sure. A rundown, yes. Oh, tomorrow, real quick before we go. I'm going to do the God stream tomorrow. Oh, Punky, they'd like to see you real quick. Oh, sorry. Debbie Zito, thank you again. Liz Tricks, congratulations. Sorry, babe, I have my phone in DND. That's why. Say goodnight, Punky. It's Good Friday. I'm going to do the Purif. I'm going to do a God stream tomorrow. I'll see you guys on the boat if you're coming over there. I'm going to do a God stream tomorrow. And it's going to be earlier, I think, in the day. So I'm thinking around 3 o'clock, my time, Central, 3-ish. If anybody wants to come, I will title it as a God stream so that you know it's a God stream. So I do not want anyone to feel like they have to be there. Please hit subscribe, by the way, before you go. Hit the like button and hit the hype button when I'm done. I did, babe. I just saw it. It's okay. Do not come if you do not. Thank you, Sigrid. Love you, Mary Barons. Thank you, Sigrid. So if you're not into it, I totally understand and respect that. It's just tomorrow we're going to specifically address some questions about God. I'm probably going to have Tommy come in to the second half of the stream tomorrow to just help me to kind of go through some things because he's very well read on the Bible. But the first half of the stream is just going to be me and you guys. So if you would like to attend, great. I totally understand if you don't want to be there tomorrow. Skip tomorrow if it's not for you. Yeah, happy Easter weekend to everyone who celebrates. I love you guys. Thank you tonight for the super chats. Thank you for being members. I appreciate that so much. Thank you for gifting memberships. Mods, thank you. Monica, I'm glad you were here. I hope you guys learned something. Sometimes I'm not a very good teacher. Thank you, mods, for being here. I mean it, guys. And I'll see you over on the boat if you're there. Thank you for being here tonight. I love you all. Thank you for sitting with me through all this. It was kind of a weird stream, but that OTH shit really rocked me. When I saw that email today, I was like, that's crazy. Thank you, Kim is Blue. Thank you, Jan. That's okay. I love you guys. I will see you tomorrow afternoon. And here comes Fred.